with me, always be tough. Family, every single opinion. And even when it starts acting like a fool, somehow I always can fall back on you.
Hey girl, hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Leah. If this is your first time here, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Give this video a nice little thumbs up. So this video, we're just jumping straight into it. I showed you guys the back, the front. This is the front of the wig. It came just like this. Well, it came pre-plucked. The coloring I did myself in a separate video. I'll show you guys how I did it. I'm just going in and plucking it a little bit more. I honestly could have plucked a lot more, but I'm plucking it, and in order to get like a flawless, nice front and back install, I realized that I had to take off the adjustable strap in the back, as well as the comb. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm being really careful. Like if you see here, I'm taking that razor along the edge of the fabric of the comb, not touching the lace whatsoever, just so I can cut off these strings. And as I'm cutting off these strings, I'm just like gently tugging so it can unravel itself. And then as for the actual lace, I'm going to use a small like eyebrow trimmer, one of those kind of scissors. I'm literally only cutting the little white or clear thread that's attaching it. I'm just going around really carefully. Like this took me about 30 minutes, to be honest, because I was trying to be really careful. I'm showing you this in real time so you can see just how slow I was going, although I did cut parts of it. And at the end, after I'd removed one side, I'm left with that. And I left that extra lace there because honestly, it wasn't showing anyway. I just needed that brown elastic to be gone because that's what was really showing. I went ahead on the other side and I cut it as well, removed the entire area, and you're fine if you want to leave that extra lace there. That's what I did. If you want to remove that lace, that's fine too. So once that was done, I flipped the wig back right side in, and I put it back on my mannequin head, put T-pins in it, and I began plucking the crap out of the hairline in the back, the nape line, I guess it's called. And I could have plucked a lot more. Like, do not be afraid to really pluck this thing because it's so dense in the back, and it's really not realistic, to be honest. So go ahead and pluck away, like honestly pluck away, because it's so dense back there, especially if you plan on wearing it up in ponytails. So this is what it's looking like with just one section plucked and the other side not plucked, so you can see the difference. So then I went and took my foundation, my powder foundation, and I colored the entire lace, and then I sealed that in with Got2b Freeze Spray. And the reason why I did this instead of bleaching it is because in the video of me showing you guys what this wig is, how I customized it, you guys will see that I had bleached the knots and then I ended up dyeing them again when I did my roots, when I put the roots back on. So I'm using alcohol here to clean my skin before I apply this wig to my head. And I'm using 50%. It's best to use a higher percentage, like 70 or 90. And for the bald cap method, you guys know you have to go way past your hairline so that elastic is not, being adhered to your skin. And I use a freeze spray instead of the gel because I just don't like that yellow gel, to be honest. I should have bought the black one. I regret buying the yellow one. I hate it. So I'm using the freeze spray and I'm spraying all around the perimeter of my hair. And you guys know I have a really low hairline. And I need to basically put this at my hairline. Like, I cannot afford to put this on my skin because I have no forehead. Literally, I have no forehead. So to make cutting the ear areas a lot easier, I cut down the center of the stocking cap first, and then I cut a slit along the ear and pulled my ear through. So it's easier to spray on the freeze spray so that it can adhere. So I pull it down. As you can see here, I'm pulling it down, and then I'm spraying it with the freeze spray, and then I'm blow drying small sections at a time. I'm not doing the entire thing at once. So same thing on the other side. You guys can see a little bit better here. I cut it, and mind you, it's already adhered to the front, so I had already dried the front. And then I'm pulling it down, spraying the freeze spray in that little section right there, and using the blow dryer. And if I need to use a rat tail comb like I do in the back here because it's not sticking onto my skin directly, I do so. After I cut off all the excess stocking cap, this does take some time. This is what I was left with. And then I'm using Ghost Bond glue. I like this glue, but if you're living in somewhere that's really, really humid, I really do suggest to buy the other one, the one that's better, that claims to work better in humidity, because this doesn't last as long. And I did end up going to Miami. I ended up going to Florida, and it was really humid, and it started lifting after about by the 4th day, it was definitely lifted. So I'm putting a really thin layer, like extremely thin layer, and as you can see, it dries clear. And I did put 2 layers. I would recommend putting at least 3 before adhering. I only put 2. I honestly don't know what happened with me in that 3rd layer. I just did not put a 3rd layer at all. So yeah, just spread it around. The thinner layer that you put, the quicker it'll dry clear. So if it's taking you a long time to dry, it's because you honestly put way too much. And if you need to clean off your finger or your rat tail comb, depending on whichever one you're using, just use some alcohol and a paper and it'll come right off. Okay, so I'm putting the wig on my head. Another tip is to actually put the wig on your head before you start putting the layers of glue on. Like, just have it behind your hairline, because it was kind of a mess to put it on and trying not to get the hair, like the little hairs, to get caught onto the glue. Moving right along, that's a lesson for another time. I'm going to go ahead and start putting this on my head. And I'm just placing it right now. I'm not applying pressure, because once you apply pressure to this glue, it is stuck. It is going to stick once you apply pressure. So I'm just applying it. I'm just like placing it. And like I would like lightly rub just to get it in the area without really pressing in. So in the front there, I pressed in because I liked where it was. And because this hairline is not my exact shaped hairline, I had to go in small little pieces and, work around how I needed it to lay, because my hairline shape is not like this. So with me pressing in the front first was really beneficial to me, because I was able to play around with the shape of the hairline. So yeah, going around, pressing it in where I need to. And then I realized that this is just way, way, way too close to my actual eyebrows. Like, it's just too close. And I always know my hairline is always really close, but this was just too much. So I had to go back in and I cut some away. And it ended up falling, like the actual baby hairs of this hair ended up falling directly on my hairline, which is great. And then I have a widow's peak, so I went ahead and cut some more lace of that, so it brought it back, and it brought back a sense of normalcy for me, to be honest. So then for the ear tabs, this was just too close to my ears. So once again, I cut away some more around the ear area, because it was just bothering me, to be honest, to be that close to my ear. So cutting that away as well. And then after I cut away both sides, I began applying glue to the sideburns areas, because I have really long sideburns and I wanted to keep that with the wig. So I went ahead and, waiting for it to get tacky, placing it on, and then going on to the other side and just applying glue, waiting for that to dry, and sticking it on. And I go back and forth between each side, because I realized that's easier for it to dry. Like, once I put the glue on one side and then I go on to the other side, by the time I come back to the other side, it's dry, so I'm able to put it on. And for the very, very back, I did apply 2 layers of glue. So I applied 1 layer, let it dry, and applied the second layer and placed it on. Once again, I should have did 3 layers, but you live and you learn. So for you guys that's watching this video, you're learning from my mistake. Put 3 layers. Trust me, it'll be a lot better. And then as for the back, because the bald cap did not, I don't know why I did not adhere it to the very, very end of where my hair ends. But I adhered it to the back of my braids as opposed to my skin. Apply it to your skin. Trust me, apply it to your skin. Make sure there's no more hair to be seen. I got impatient and I just applied it while it was still a little white, which is fine. It didn't mess anything up. But yeah, this is pretty easy. I don't know why I didn't see anyone else on YouTube do the bald cap method for their full lace wigs. I actually really like it. It looks a little messy or a little white or anything like that. You can go around and clean it up with alcohol, which is what I ended up doing. I had also tied it down overnight, and this is the next day. I tried to put some powder in the front because my cap was too dark for me. Like the stocking cap was too dark for my skin tone and I need to lighten it up. And I realized that using my powder on the scalp area was just too light. I ended up going back and using my contour powder, and boom, it was good to go. This is the next day. I am trying to lay some baby hairs here. I didn't know how to work with this wig as of yet, but once I got on my vacation and I was out and about, I learned how I like to wear it and how I liked the baby hairs to look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up because this was very detailed. Subscribe to my channel so you can watch when I upload the video about the details of this wig and how I customized it. And until next time, stay true, stay you, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.
Reasons why we're together. I push my body to the floor, 'cause I fuck with myself more than anybody.